Good evening, Wellness Way Culture. We hope that you'll be able to join with us tonight. If not, we will look forward to getting some feedback from you as you listen to the recording later on this evening or tomorrow. But wanted to let you guys know we do have a winner for Cholesterol Talk Thursday night. We gave away 2 tickets for those of you who have taken the time to not only like and comment and share these videos. We really appreciate that you do that, because there's a message of truth that's got to get out there, and we totally invite all of you to continue to do that, but we totally rely on all of you to get this message out to the masses, and we can't stress it enough how important it is that you guys continue to be a part of what we do here in sharing those videos. So we would just like to let Crystal Terrell know that you won the 2 free tickets to Thursday night's event. And if you will just message either privately or email the staff and let us know what email works for you, we will get those tickets to you right away. So the title of today is Your Way or the Wellness Way. We do have a lot to talk about today, so bear with us. I think you will really enjoy what we're going to talk about. So, your way or the wellness way. There has been a lot going on in my head over the weekend as we're continuing to improve upon what we're doing here. We're continuing to, make what we do more efficient for you guys. And we continue to study and look at what's going on and discuss cases with other docs. There's just some overlying themes that I can't stress enough to you guys. Is there always going to be one perfect way to go about getting your health and well-being back? No, there isn't. And I listened to a podcast where a doc kind of described, we've got clients that kind of like to dip their toes in, they're dabblers. And then we got those that are all in, all right? And yes, you can dabble. You can put your feet in the water and you can get a little testing here. You can do a little bit of this. And you may see some results. You may see some improvements symptomatically. But you're not necessarily going to get where you want to be in a very timely fashion. Okay? So I'm always encouraging people, go all in. Take your time in investigating what's going on with the wellness way. Because I had a client today. He's been under care for about 3 months. God bless him if he's watching. That's all right. Okay? But some of you, there's always going to be questions about what's going on. Is there a better way? Are there better supplements? There might be. But I can tell you this. If the wellness way was not about getting clinical results over and over and over again, you can bet that it would not be in this practice. Because that is what our practice from the get-go has been all about. It's been about clinical results. And if we can't get them, we're going to figure out where we can go get them, which is what led me to where we are today in regards to adding the wellness way to Maxwell Family Chiropractic, because we were looking for something more to help get our clients to the next level. And chiropractic alone, although very great and essential to what we do, was not giving individuals the ability to restore health to the fullest. And we just were completely unsatisfied with where they were going. And so, I'm going to get a little fired up when somebody comes in and begins to question, what it is we're doing for them, and especially when they begin to question either our integrity about how we do it or what we're doing when it comes to products. But I just told this individual, look, you can do it your way. I don't really care, to be honest with you, but I have no idea how your way is going to work out for you. And what I have found is most people that do it their way ends up being cheating, sassiness, not doing the protocol, and then saying, hey, this doesn't work for me. But I do know that if you do the wellness way, I have way more confidence in knowing what to expect. So does that mean I have every answer for how this is going to go? Nope, I sure do not. But I have a lot of ways to go about finding those answers. But it's consistency that matters. And for 18 years, the Wellness Way approach has continued to get results. And that's what we're going to continue to encourage each of our clients that begin to step into the Wellness Way culture and begin to transform their lives. So if it ever seems like I'm a little over passionate and pushy, it's not because we just have to do it this way. It's because we know the clinical results have continued to prove themselves. All right. So, Brandy, thanks for joining. Always can rely on you getting on here and appreciate that. We will have your supplements for you tomorrow if you'd like to pick them up. So, I want to also just encourage you guys. This is a few more days before the cholesterol talk. And before I get to that, I want to also just let you know, last week in our video, we talked a little bit about antibiotics, and I hope that I kind of ruffled some feathers a little bit, because I can't stress enough. I want to get you thinking outside of the box. Quit thinking the way you've always been taught, and especially quit believing what you've always believed when your medical doctors have told you about, so many things. There's a time and a place for them. Don't ever get me wrong on that. We need them. But again, when it comes to restoring health and well-being, you got to look somewhere else. And that's why we want to spend some time talking about antibiotics. So we're going to probably do a 3 or 4 part series on antibiotics, ranging from, how to deal with that with your kids and what's going on when they're sick. What do you do if they have an infection? All the way to what is that in the future doing to their gut health, and how that's really taken a toll, and how, over the last, 50 plus, 60, 70 years of using them, what does that look like now? How are we being affected by that? So I really am excited about that, and I hope you guys will just watch the days and times. We'll try to post when we're going to go live for that series. But one last thing I want to push is, if you guys have family members who are dealing with cholesterol, okay, please get them to our talk Thursday night. The weather may be a little quirky, but I think we're going to beat most of the bad weather. So come on out, and we'll have coffee, organic coffee. We may have some hot chocolates and different things. We'll definitely have some tea. But if there's one thing you have to walk away with, even tonight and even Thursday night, is cholesterol is not bad. All right. We did our series a while back. We went over all the functions for it. There's nothing that your liver is going to do to create something bad for your body, for your heart, for your blood vessels. Again, the body makes no mistakes. It's about what you do to your body. All right. So I know that you have parents. I know you have grandparents. I know you have a spouse. Some of you are yourselves taking these statin drugs. And honestly, they need to stop. They are destroying your health, no matter what you're told by your physician that they are okay. Read the side effects. Get online, Google this stuff. It's out there for everyone to find. All right? Sure, there's going to be a time and a place that they might be necessary, and we talk about that not only at the inflammation talk, but Dr. Greg's going to be talking about it, because some of you wait too long. You get on fire, and that's what has to be done. You have to be treated as though your house is on fire, and we got to spray you down. And oftentimes, we got to start fresh and tear down and rebuild. So we understand that that's going to take place. But when we've got 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, and 40-year-olds taking these things like they're candy because they've been told it's going to prevent heart disease, that's hogwash. All right? Honestly, I'm so aggravated with so many people being on these drugs, because I'm watching them literally deteriorate and speed their way to Alzheimer's and dementia and diabetes. All right? You can change and transform your body by how you eat. You can functionally affect your body in huge ways by knowing what's functionally good for you, and you can do it without the drugs. All right? There's no luck involved with people who live their lives without drugs. I do it. My wife does it. My kids do it. They've never been on antibiotics. They don't take drugs. There's no luck involved. It's all choice. Does that mean we're perfect all the time? Do we have like the greatest health? No, we still live in a fallen world. We have issues that we're still healing ourselves, but we've been able to do it with no drugs. All right. And the interesting thing, or ironic thing that's out there, is how many of you have put your kids through the DARE program, teaching them to not do drugs, yet many of them are watching you take over-the-counter drugs and prescription drugs every day. So what is it that they're actually supposed to say no to? All right? we have a drug problem, not only illegally, but we also have a drug problem prescription-wise and over-the-counter-wise. And we're watching the ramifications of that take place by the poor health of our children, the poor health of people my age, and our parents deteriorating. So it literally, there's this big loop where we're almost getting back to our roots of where we originally came from, because we have seen how, is health any better today than it was 50 years ago? Is heart disease any less? Is cancer any less? I mean, the list goes on. And you guys all know the answer to those questions is no. They're not any less. They're more, they're worse. All we've done is begun to give people the ability to extend their life with no good quality. All right? Sure, medical doctors can give people the ability to extend their life and go beyond ever before. And that's great. But what good does it do if you're having a surgery every month to replace a joint, replace, an organ because it's failed, and while you've been under their watchful care for 20 and 30 years, being told, yep, everything's fine, and then all of a sudden, you're having a heart transplant, you're having cancer under their watch. It's because the testing is different, and they're not testing for any kind of functionality. They're just watching you get sick under their watch. And that's why we're going to test in a way that's going to show function. Is it a food allergy? Is there poor gut health? Is there hormones that are out of balance? It doesn't matter what disease you have or how on fire you are. We want to know, are you functioning the right way? And can we remove those stressors to give your body the time and ability to get back to normal? And that's the other thing, is time. Are you willing to give the body the time it needs to regenerate and continue down that process? If you've been sick for 5, 10, 15 years, there's no way in a 3-month period that you're going to be able to regenerate, normal function in your hormones and in your tissues. It takes 3 months for all those red blood cells to turn over. So, hey Hall, thanks for watching. Keep joining us. So, you guys, again, I'm fired up. I just want to get you the truth, and I want you to be able to pass this information on. Yes, it's going to offend some. That's okay. All I want is that you guys have the ability and opportunity to get well and do it without drugs and surgeries, because you can do it and it requires no luck whatsoever. All right? It requires choices and good information. So join us Thursday night at our cholesterol talk. You can follow the link in our description box. It will be at the Grace Bible Church on North Range Line here in Columbia. Come out. The weather's going to be fine. It's Missouri. It'll change. And we'll have a good old time, and you guys can learn the truth about cholesterol and why it's necessary for your body, and why highs and lows of cholesterol are only reactions to other inflammatory things and stressors going on in your life. So continue to join us, like and share. We appreciate it, and we'll look forward to bringing you information later this week about antibiotics. Make it a great week.